Welcome to my Claim Your Worthiness podcast, intimate conversations with Gail Jones. We all have a safe place within to create anew. In each episode, I hope to add to your inner sanctuary to strengthen the belief in yourself and your dreams. Claiming our worthiness sets the foundation for centering us back into our greatness. From this foundation, we create our most amazing lives. I'll be sharing insights and resources from my own journey and from others who are transforming their lives. Lean in and receive the wisdom shared. You are worthy of having this special time with yourself. In today's first episode, entitled Answering a Calling, I'm going to share my story of how I was directed to deliver this worthiness platform. In 2012, after a few challenging years following the recession of 2008, I was thrown a huge curveball. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Nothing prepared me for hearing those dreadful, scary words, "You have cancer." As a single mom with 2 teenage children to raise, I was terrified I would not see my kids grow into the successful young adults that they are now. Up until that point, I had been a transformational leader, coach, and author. And before that, I was a PR executive and journalist. Teaching and writing are in my bones. They reflect best the essence of who I am. Sharing information and others' stories delights me. I have an intuitive gift of pulling together the puzzle pieces of others' lives, finding and clearing blocks, and helping them create their most empowered version of themselves. I have a strong sense of what the hidden beliefs are that have sabotaged forward movement. Yet my life took that unpredictable turn that brought me inward into a deep plunge to figure out what happened. Receiving the scary cancer diagnosis jolted me and took me on a deep healing journey of mind, body, and spirit, training with world-renowned neuroscientists, spiritual leaders, and other healers. Yet the defining moment came for me when 3 different types of healers, a doctor, a therapist, and a shaman, all within a very short time frame, told me one of the keys to extending longevity. We must claim our worthiness to live, to declare our right to be here, to be alive. I thought, if we can extend our longevity by claiming our worthiness to live, how else can we improve our lives by claiming our worthiness? I took a very long pause and reviewed my life and my clients' lives. Most of my clients come to me when feeling stressed. They are in some type of transition, whether it's a job loss or relationship challenges, or fear of the unknown and beginning anew, like so many of us are facing today with the pandemic. Yet, from my own experience, I saw that underneath my stresses, and many of my clients' stresses, was a lack of worthiness. Even though I had been highly successful externally, from my early days as editor of my college's award-winning student news magazine, to my days as a PR executive, living in beautiful homes, I did not feel worthy inside. In fact, I felt shame and loneliness from growing up the daughter of a schizophrenic. I looked great on the outside, like many successful people do. But inside, there was a deep hole, and I covered it by overcompensating by achieving. Now I could no longer accept living from such a painful sense of lack. My life depended on claiming my worthiness to live. For 8 years, I dived deep in reclaiming my worthiness. And through my journey, I knew it was my mission to teach others the same. I intend to bring my work to kids one day so they begin their lives knowing they're worthy, rather than spend decades later rewiring their brains to embrace their innate greatness. From my research and my own journey, I learned there are several keys to reclaiming worthiness. But before we go into the ways to claim or reclaim worthiness, let's spend some time pondering these life in review questions. If you can, close your eyes for a minute and think about these questions. Let's start with your career. If you knew you were worthy, Would you be working at the job you are now in with the people who are your colleagues? Is the way you make money in alignment with how you want to spend your precious life? You may spend more time, up to 1/3 of your day, with the people you work with, more time than anybody else in your life. If you knew you were worthy, would you accept getting paid less than you deserve? And here are some questions to ponder to test your sense of worthiness on life purpose or your valuable time. Have you lost yourself in an energy-sucking job that drained you to the point you felt you had no life? And maybe you didn't have a life, and decades later are trying to recover from all that busyness and the emptiness within. And taking a look at our relationships, ponder these questions for a few moments. If you knew you were worthy, would you have chosen the intimate partner you did, or the spouse who you later ended up divorcing? If you knew you were worthy, would you have settled for less than you deserved, spending time with people who didn't love, value, appreciate, or acknowledge you? Or accept friends not aligned with your interest or who are unable or unwilling to champion you in your success? And this is a really key question, whether it's career or relationship. And look deep and think about this. If you knew you were worthy, would you tolerate being last on the list of someone's priorities? We all deserve to be a priority in the lives of people we are in relationship with. Going forward, know this. If you don't feel worthy now, or have not in the past, you did nothing wrong. The path to reclaiming worthiness entails letting go of judgment. And guess what? Often we're our worst critics. Instead, embrace yourself with love and compassion, for you did nothing wrong. Our lack of worthiness is often the result of our not getting the basic nurturance and unconditional love every child needs and deserves. And we're not here to blame others, for those who raised us often didn't get it either. But guess what? We can stop the chain reaction right now, in this moment, by declaring our own worthiness. So here are some key takeaways on claiming your worthiness that I'd love for you to embrace today. Number 1, it's your birthright. You were born worthy and whole, and now you can reclaim it. It is in your power. But first, you must clear old stories and create a new narrative. And this work is hard to do alone, as many try to build anew based on old thoughts, old beliefs, and early life conditioning. It helps to have someone mirror to you what those old beliefs are, because often they're subconscious. Number 2, think about this. And this is a real big one to think about, because we think we have total control over our lives, but guess what? It's been hardwired in from early years. 95% of who we are by age 35 is a set of memorized behaviors, beliefs, perceptions. It's an automatic computer program, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, a world-renowned neuroscientist with whom I trained. To change the story, we must change the conditioning, which often was formed the first 7 years of life. Being lovingly witnessed as you change that conditioning and instilling empowering new beliefs accelerates the process of change. We all deserve to be lovingly witnessed and to be seen, heard, validated, and acknowledged. 3, you must also learn to stop pushing and start receiving. That drive of always trying to make things happen is often a pattern formed from early unmet needs from early childhood. Rest and relaxation are key to integrating new ways of being, which I will elaborate on in future podcasts.
Health is our most important asset. Learn how to protect it and improve it with Gail's deep and transformative insights. As an 8-year cancer survivor, Gail dove deep to learn the mindset that helps one not only heal their bodies, but also live their most joyful lives. One of her main insights from the 5 years of research from her book, Cancer as a Love Story, Developing the Mindset for Living, is this: claiming your worthiness to live can extend your longevity. To learn more about her research, check the book page on reclaimingworthiness.com. There are major endorsements by leading doctors there. Gail provides a free guided meditation through the homepage of her site. Gail also offers a 6-session coaching package, both for preventing cancer and healing through it, called Creating a New Mindset for Optimal Health. Email her at gailjones@claimyourworthiness.com to set up a complimentary 30-minute session to learn more. And again, please check out her website, claimyourworthiness.com, especially her video on the homepage, to catch a glimpse of her expertise.
Here are 3 things you can do now going forward to embrace a greater sense of worthiness. The first is set aside at least 20 minutes a day of me time to just be still, allowing a new belief of worthiness to integrate. It's very important to take this time for you. It's showing yourself immediately that you're valuable, that you're worth this time. I believe in this me time so much that I've created a guided meditation just for you to assist you in this journey. You can access it for free from the homepage of my website, reclaimingworthiness.com. It's 13 minutes of total time alone with yourself. Secondly, track evidence of new levels of worthiness appearing in your life. For example, see when you start attracting a higher quality connection or better opportunities. Notice when you are appreciated for your work, or when you are respected for your gifts, or when you receive compliments. And compliments is a great way to test your sense of worthiness and your ability to receive. Play with this in the next week. Notice when somebody says something nice to you. Can you say thank you, or do you shut it down and turn away? Learn to accept compliments is a baby step to rewiring the brain to receive. Other ways to notice you've upgraded your sense of worthiness is your work may start feeling more fulfilling. You're having more fun. You know your life makes a difference. It's really important to keep jotting down these upgrades. The physical act of writing these down trains the brain to look for more. And thirdly, repeat this sentence first thing in the morning and before you go to sleep at night. Those are the most important times of the day to rewire your brain for new outcomes. Think of it, especially when you go to bed at night, you're downloading the software into your brain, which is the hardware. So what you say those 5 minutes before you go to bed at night is what's going to go through your brain as you sleep. So here's the statement. Today, I allow myself to know I am worthy. I allow myself to know I am worthy. Invite it in. Invite that new way of being into your body, mind, and soul right now. And then throughout the day, tailor that statement using some of these words. I am enough. I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to receive. I am worthy of a wonderful life. And I am worthy as I am right now in this very moment. I don't have to do or be anything else. I'm worthy now. It is not hard to begin the process of reclaiming your worthiness, but it requires commitment to a daily practice, only 5 minutes a day, to begin embracing this new empowering belief. We know through neuroscience that it can take up to 63 days to rewire a belief. If you can make that commitment, you will see shifts in your life. You can do this. You deserve to have your best life. How do I know you can do this? I did. It took me 8 years of daily practice to do what I'm teaching you can do now in 63 days. I am now 8 years clear of breast cancer. And most importantly, I'm living a life of purpose. Teaching others to claim their worthiness is the reason I believe I was given a second chance at living. And in next week's podcast, I'm going to share insights about making friends with the unknown during these unprecedented historic times. Thank you for joining me on our journey today. I am so grateful you are part of my podcast community, where it is my dream that by claiming our worthiness together, we can more impactfully shed our light and love on this world. In future podcasts, I'll be sharing more stories of hope and unlimited possibilities for creating anew. You can also follow me on Instagram or on my Facebook page. I also hope you'll be inspired to share my podcast with your friends. Together, we are stronger. Blessings, Gail.
Instagram and Facebook at Coach Gail Jones.